Welcome.
Thank you.
Great to see you, gentlemen. Let's just take a moment to look around. We're in Leicester Square. It's grand arrivals of Fight Week. Have you ever seen anything like it?
No, certainly not in boxing, that's for sure. We was just saying over there, Eddie and myself, that this is something, I've not seen anything like this in America even. And all the big fights that I've been to as a fan as well around the world, this is something else. Look at it, I mean, look at it. It's like a film premiere.
It is like a film premiere. Eddie, some of that Riyadh season magic being sprinkled on London.
Look at the Lilac Carpet. I mean, I don't know how much it's cost, but it's pretty much the whole length of Leicester Square. You know, it could carpet 4 or 5 large semi-detached houses.
I know where that's going tomorrow.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't mind it actually in the lounge, I'll be honest. But we're open air Leicester Square. I mean, you said, have we ever seen anything like this before? Yes, for some of the biggest film premieres in the world. But this is the boxing premiere ahead of the unveiling on Saturday night of Riyadh season, the Wembley edition. One of the best cards I think we've ever seen. You know, I think it's quite unusual for me and Frank both to say we couldn't put on a card like this. You know, if we had Dubois against Joshua, we wouldn't be having the depth of what you're seeing on Saturday night. There's some brilliant 50-50 matchups, and I think the main event, as it draws closer, is getting everybody's attention as what it is and what it should be known as, which is a tremendous World Heavyweight Championship fight between two very dangerous Brits.
Eddie, I remember speaking to you ahead of the Francis and Ngannou fight, and you were nervous. You'd seen what Francis Ngannou could do. You'd heard the stories about how hard he hits. How nervous are you about Daniel Dubois?
Always nervous, but I think that the key with the Ngannou fight was the unknown. Do you know what I mean? I mean, Tyson Fury was telling me that week, this guy's chin is unbelievable. I hit him with a kitchen sink and he punches so hard. And, you know, the bum was going completely, and I was listening to him thinking, with Daniel, we know he's really good. You know, it's not, people keep saying, Chisora was having a go at me. You seem to be giving Daniel Dubois a lot of respect. Yeah, because I rate him. I really do. You know, and coming off those 2 defeats, we have to give him respect, and he's gained the credibility. And I think Joshua has applied his efforts into camp accordingly. It's a very dangerous fight. Well, we're favourite. I think even, Frank, I was going to say Frank would admit that, but don't be silly. But, it's a very, very competitive fight. Daniel's on a great run, so is AJ, and I think the key to this fight is both guys in career best form, physically and mentally.
With regard to that, this is one for both of you, because you've been with AJ all the way through and you've done loads and loads of heavyweight title fights. Do you ever get used to just the sheer jeopardy of it and the unimaginably high stakes of top-level heavyweight boxing, where really anything can happen? It's a bit of a cliche in the sport, but in there with the big boys, anything can happen.
It's because of the punch power, because of what they carry in their fist. Especially, big punchers. They're both massive punchers. And let's get it right. Neither of us want to see our guy take the first big punch. Neither of us want to do that, because I think that's going to be the telling moment in the fight. But it's going to happen. It's not going to go the distance, because these styles of these guys will not allow that to happen. They're not that type of fighters. They're very, when they've got a guy in trouble, they're both good finishers. They're very good finishers. So it's who's going to blink first, who's going to get caught with a counter, because I think that's going to be the key to it. I don't think it'll be somebody throwing the perfect shot. I think as they throw something, it's to counter back, and then how they react to it. It's going to be their heart and their minds. Have I got a plan B? Do I want to taste that again? But it's going to be exciting. There's no doubt about it. And everybody's got a case for who can win the fight. But the fact of the matter is, it is jeopardy for both of them. Absolute jeopardy, and that's why it's so exciting. That's why all these people are here. That's why we sold 90,000 tickets. People are there because they know it. They know what this fight is. This fight is 2 Brits who are on a roll, and they've shown tremendous run of form lately, and it deserves what it's getting. Because I've got to tell you something, this will be special.
It's also 2 heavyweights in Anthony Joshua and Daniel Dubois who have really come alive with Riyadh season. Anthony Joshua's 2 fights post Usyk, Jermaine Franklin, Helenius, and then suddenly the last 2, he looked $1 million. Daniel Dubois, his last 2 fights with Riyadh season has looked $1 million as well. It feels like it's invigorated them both.
Oh, sorry.
Whoever wants it.
No, neither
I'll
of us
just throw
really
it out
like to
there.
talk, to be honest with
No,
you.
we've had
But,
enough of this. We're studying off.
But I think you're right. I mean, look, Daniel coming off the Usyk, I thought he did well in the Usyk fight, really. You know, I thought he was very competitive in that fight. Big Baby Miller was a turning point because halfway through that fight, it looked like he could be ready to jack it here. And if he got beat, he was in a terrible place. And in comes the old man, rattles him up in the corner. You know, and his dad played a big part in that fight, so much so that he was also in the corner for the Hrgovic fight, and he'll definitely be in the corner on Saturday night. So that's a big, big plus for Daniel Dubois. And Josh is in the form of his life. Ben Davison and Lee Wiley. This is not tactically a tough fight for Anthony Joshua. It's just a very dangerous fight. You know, unpicking the flaws of Daniel Dubois and setting traps against him is not going to be the problem. It's going to be what's coming back, and it's about being smart and being like a sniper in there and taking this guy out, because Dubois is very active. He's got great volume to his work. And I was saying to Frank, it's going to be really interesting to see how they both come out, because I don't know if Dubois can control his emotions in there on Saturday. And if he doesn't, he'll come out like he did against Hrgovic. And if he does, one way or the other, this will be over inside 3 rounds. And it could just be an almighty shootout. Or they could be a little bit more cautious. They're definitely going to be conscious of each other's power. But, you know, as you said, form of their life through Riyadh season, and neither fighter has looked better, I don't think, in their whole career.
I'm hoping for a Hagler-Hearns heavyweight fight.
That'll do.
Because that's what they got, you know. That's the power that both of them have. It will be a shootout. They're going to have to let their bombs go. I don't think it's going to be cagey at all. I don't think for either of them. Although, you know, I know that, having said that, you know, AJ was cagey in the second fight against Ruiz, but I don't think it'd be the case in this one. You know, Ruiz was pretty static. Daniel does move. You know, he's younger and he'll move. So they're going to have to let their shots go. They will let their shots go.
Well, they will both let their shots go, and we're going to have to let you go, Frank Warren and Eddie Hearn. Great to have you both. Best of luck to both of you, but mainly Frank on Saturday night. Great to see you as always, Eddie.